My name is Glenn Tompkins. I'm a senior instructor here at VectorVest. Next month is March. I will have been here for 16 years. Joey, how long have you been here?
In April, I'll start 20.
In April, Joey will have been here for 20 years. So you know what that tells me about this software? That it's something that once you get it to understand and you can use it, it makes money for you. Joey, does it make money for you in the stock market? Joey says, yes, it does. So, you know, I am glad that he said that. I'm glad that I know I've given you my story of how VectorVest turned $1,000 into over $80,000 in about 8 years worth of time. Oh, actually over $90,000 in about 8 years worth of time. So everyone who's new, do you have to have a ton of money to start with VectorVest? The answer to that is no. But keep in mind, VectorVest is not a broker. VectorVest is a stock analysis and portfolio management system. It's designed to help you to make better decisions in the market. VectorVest will help you with your when to buy, your what to buy, and your when to sell. All right? Now, all of that being put to the side, these Trending Thursdays, we utilize the news media to see what stocks are making the news. And we present you with those stocks that are making the news, but then we analyze the stocks in VectorVest. We look at our proprietary indicators, we look at the graph, and we're going to help you to know if it's the right time or not the right time to be in the stock, even though the news is out on the stock. So these presentations help to corroborate the news that is out there on all stocks. But we always start off with market timing. We always start off with market timing. And talking about Tesla is going to be in here today. Trade Shark, so watch that. It's going to be there. Thank you, John. John says VectorVest is the best. Now, let's start off with our market timing. I'm going to put you guys where you need to be. When you open up the VectorVest software, for those of you who don't have a subscription, when you open up the VectorVest software, this is a piece of what you see. VectorVest, we feel that market timing is the most important thing you have to experience. You need to make sure that you're trading with the right side of the market. Is the market bullish, bearish, or neutral? VectorVest will give you that information right at your fingertips when you open the software. Our daily traffic light into the market is our market timing gauge. Currently today, we are one tick into the green. The color guard is mildly bullish, and VectorVest does advocate buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. So that's for today. Now, down below, the market timing gauge gets its color from our top row of lights on the color guard down below. The color guard tracks three of our market timing indicators over the last 6 days. We track the trends of these indicators, the price, which is the price movement of the VectorVest composite. The composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. Currently, right now, we're tracking 8,268 stocks in the market. The closing price or the trading price for it right now is $52.29. We are looking at VectorVest real-time data. So we'll see these prices and indicators change real-time throughout the day. The second indicator, RT, which is one of our core proprietary indicators. RT stands for relative timing. This indicator is cast on a scale between 0 and 2, and above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable. Relative timing tells me if the market's in an uptrend or not. Above the value of 1, the market's in an uptrend. The higher above 1 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is, and below 1, it would be in a downtrend. Currently, we're at 1.01, so the market is in an uptrend. The BSR, or buy to sell ratio. Every stock in the database gets a buy, a sell, or a hold recommendation every day. We look at that relationship. Currently, we still have right now, out of the over 8,200 stocks, 1,600 stocks have buy recommendations, 1,300 stocks have sell recommendations. Because we have more buy recommendations than sell recommendations in the software, that buy to sell ratio is above the value of 1. This indicator looks at the overall health of the market. With more buys in the system than sells, the market is showing signs of strength. When this indicator falls below the value of 1, like it did earlier in the previous trading sessions, that means we then had more sells in the system than buys, and the market was showing signs of weakness. We're the only people out there that have an indicator that look at the overall health of the market. All right, so with this, we teach you, use the color guard like you would a traffic light. We get these colors by tracking their week over week and day over day moves on each one of these indicators. Currently, we still have more yellow lights in the market or in our color guard than anything. So with that being said, even though it's okay to be bullish, you need to be cautiously bullish. Without software like VectorVest, you could just be full bore bullish and not understand the risks of being full on bullish at the wrong time. The market has got more of a bullish feel, but we've got more yellow lights. Be careful with that. All right, and then our slowest, most conservative call, we are still in a confirmed up call right now. Now, with all of that, let's talk about the three things that move markets globally. The three things that move markets globally are earnings, interest, and inflation. Now, what's big in the news right now? Type it in the room. What's big in the news that it's affecting the market right now? And it's got two letters, but it's two things. Anybody, type it in the room. What's the big thing moving the market right now? By the way, while you're answering the question, here's my Duke Blue Devil Cup. I know Trade Shark doesn't like that. Stevie does. Joey doesn't like that as well. Nope, there you go. It is the virus, Badger. By the way, Badger, I'll come back to you in a second. But it is the coronavirus. Quantitative easing. Daniel, I'm not going to call quantitative easing more so than the fluctuation of inflation, of interest rates. So the three things that move markets globally are earnings, interest, and inflation. But the coronavirus is a news story, and it's affecting people emotionally. All right, affecting people emotionally. Trade Shark, we're not getting into this today. Not here. And Jake, you know I'm not talking politics in here, so I won't do that. All right, so now, understanding where we stand as far as the market goes, I'm now going to open up a story. Our first story is going to talk about what's going on with the Fed and what they're doing. Is this the right one, Joey? Yeah. All right. My first story, I got it. My first story is talking about the central banks. All right. Remember, earning interest and inflation. Where do the central banks come in? For interest rates, right? The central banks adopt a cautious outlook on the coronavirus. After engineering major policy reversals last year, many officials are taking a wait-and-see stance due to the coronavirus. Central bankers are adopting a cautious stance as they consider how the coronavirus outbreak in China could ripple through the global economy in coming months. Why is that? And people have been asking me, how does the coronavirus affect the economy? Keep in mind, if they can't get stuff out of China because a lot of commerce is shut down, it's going to affect their economy, which is going to affect everybody else's economy if they can't get stuff out of China out to the places that they export to, right? So that is why the coronavirus is affecting the market. I'm going to have another story. The Fed officials weigh risks of COVID-19. This has gotten to a point now that the coronavirus has an official name by way of the World Health Organization, COVID-19. Two regional Fed Reserve officials said Tuesday that the novel coronavirus, which causes the illness known as COVID-19 in China, was casting uncertainty over the U.S. outlook. Again, folks, these are the people that play a big role in what goes on and how our economy is gauged. With one official hinting that the worst case scenario might call for lower short-term interest rates. Ta-da! Ding, 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 ding. There you go. So, the Fed is looking at this. The coronavirus is still big news. But what did I say? The three things that move markets globally: earnings, interest, and inflation. And how about now, because of the coronavirus, it might call for lower short-term interest rates. It then moves from a story to one of the global movers of the market. So I'm tying those two in together. And with that being said, let's go take a look at two indicators that we use for the health of the market or what the market is doing. I'm going to get us back into the VectorVest software, and I'm going to pull up a graph. Oh, how I want to do this? I'm going to start here. I'm going to pull up a market timing graph. Now, the market timing graph, remember that VectorVest composite I talked about, the price of the VectorVest composite? Well, this is what it is shown here in a graph. Because we track over 8,200 stocks, we can truly see when the market's moving up and when the market's moving down and when the market is moving sideways. This is why we use it for market timing. With today's activity, I'm going to put this on a 3-month graph. With today's activity, I can tell you that the market is definitely moving up right now. So the VectorVest Composite, even with today's activity, nice open candle. All right, you know, we have a hashtag out there, hashtag keep eye on MTI. This indicator let us know precursorily, I like that word, precursorily, that when this indicator got to the level of about 1.5 to be prepared for a pullback, how about that came into fruition? So any of you who do not have the VectorVest software, we do have an indicator that shows you when the market is looking for a top or when the market is looking for a bottom. And how about that was right in line as the market was going up prior to that pullback. So I'm going to add another stock real quick. I'm going to add the Spiders, the SPY. All right, let's go take a look at it. Now, and the reason why I put on the Spiders is because if you don't know much about the VectorVest Composite, the Spiders looks at the S&P 500. More people are understanding of those kinds of stocks. Look at that. Still hitting historically new highs today. Nice open candle on the S&P 500 or the Spiders. New high, very little wick at the top. Market is showing really good signs of strength. I want to show you something though. Volume is conviction. You notice how the market is going up. I want to show you something. Look at the volume. Look at the volume on the market. All right, could be a bearish indicator. All right, it could be a bearish divergence. I'm not trying to be the speaker of doom and gloom, but I'm bringing to the forefront, looking at volume on the S&P 500 while the market is moving up by way of the S&P 500. Look at the volume. All right, so nothing else. Keep your eye on what's going on. Just keep your eye on what's going on. That could be a possible bearish divergence as far as volume and the Spiders is concerned. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.